Welcome back to Golden Goose and my Road to Glory series that follows running back James Brown for Auburn. Now James Brown is about to enter his sophomore season playing for the Auburn Tigers, and he's made his mind up. If this year he doesn't see a decent amount of carries and the play calling scheme change just a bit, he's going to demand a transfer after this season. I mean, we have a pretty tough schedule this year. FCS Northwest to kick things off, but then Mississippi State, a top 25 ranked opponent, then Texas A&M, then Kansas State, then another FCS team, taking it light and easy, 2 games this year, then Ole Miss, and then we have a bye week, then number 19 South Carolina, then Arkansas, then the University of Georgia, and then Central Michigan, LSU, Bama to cap things off. I mean, a very, very tough schedule this year. Here's how the depth charts look after 1 year of playing, and as you can see, we are still holding that first string spot, but Rawls, the senior, is a bit better than us. 94 overall, we're on 93 overall, but, I mean, coach is still willing to go with the All-American James Brown, the 6 foot, 244-pound monster. And Hunter got a little bit better at quarterback. Jenkins backing him up. The senior is pretty much just as good. But hopefully Hunter and James Brown can be on the same page this year, and we'll see a lot of production and a lot more successful season than we saw last year. But to kick things off this season, we're taking on FCS Northwest. Kirk's going to side with Auburn in this one. It is a home game for the Tigers, and we have all the advantage in the world in this one. Look at that needle shake, 90 overall, a 91 offense, and an 88 defense this season. Kicking off the season in the rain this week, and as you can see, we did not take the kick return back. We are no longer on special teams as the starting halfback this season, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see what we can do on offense. We won Return Man of the Year last year, but we're no longer going to be in that role this season. Now, honestly, one of Brown's biggest complaints was he didn't get enough touches last year. He said he'd be happy with 20 touches per game this season, but we're going to see if he gets that. I mean, Auburn's been showing that they've a dominantly passing team. Second down and 10, 6:31 to go in the first quarter. Auburn did get the ball to start this game off, so we'd love to see them open up this game with a touchdown. And there is Brown on the screen, working his way to the outside, running a guy over, still on his feet inside the 5, down to the 3. He was a receiving machine last year, and he's looking to be the same machine this season. Great catch, great blocks on the screen, beat out 91 with his speed. That's something he worked a lot on in the offseason, resistance training. Now inside the 5 last year, Brown was money every single time you gave him the ball. Let's see what they do here. This would be his first rushing attempt of his sophomore season. Man in motion for the Tigers. Brown's going to get it. He lowers his nose, and he's into the end zone. Still money inside the 5. James Brown gets his first rushing attempt of the season, and it's a rushing touchdown for 4 yards. Now, we did talk to Brown on the sideline, and before the season started, obviously a lot of gripe last year, not getting enough carries. Towards the end of the season, though, he did see those carries improve. He saw more touches his way. But this year, it's all about the touches, he said. The fewest amount of touches he said he wants to see in a game this year is 18, and he would love to be around the 20 to 24 carry mark per game. Now, we'll see if the Tigers stick to that, because Brown has threatened he's going to transfer after this season if he doesn't see the numbers he likes. Now, honestly, this is a game against an FCS school. Not a lot of expectations for the FCS Northwest team, but a lot of expectations for the Tigers. They need to put on some points on the board. They need to show that they can score. And Brown's trying to make things happen, trying to catch that one. He was running all over the field, calling for the ball wide open, but didn't get it to him when he actually was open. Waited way too long. That's going to go down as a drop, though, for Brown. Let's see what happens here. Second down and 10. Tigers have the ball and the lead. And Brown open again, calls for it, doesn't get the ball, though. 18-yard reception to McFarland on the right side. 2 carries for James Brown today. I mean, you're still in the first quarter. You want to get this kid at least 5 carries per quarter just to make him happy. Let's see what he does. He gets the outside edge. Brown showing that resistance training is paying off. A 41-yard touchdown run up the sideline following his blockers. Beautiful running. Just great awareness by this halfback. Tons of improvement from his freshman season. You can clearly see it. And that speed is deadly. 6 foot, 244 pounds, moving at 15 miles per hour down the field. A botched extra point makes it 13-0 here against FCS Northwest. Let's see what happens here. Brown is in the backfield. And waiting for Hunter to take the snap, and he takes it. Brown's open. He wants it. He's going to get it. He's going to run a guy over. He turns on the Jets to the 20, to the 10. Still on his feet. Out at the 6-yard line. Wow. Now, after talking to Brown in the offseason and before this game, he did say he would love to win an award this season. He is an All-American, and, I mean, that's a great honor. Oh, he couldn't pull that one, and it's like he lost it in the rain. But like I said, he is an All-American, but he would love to win an award like the Walker, the Heisman, obviously. We just have to see kind of what he can accomplish here. And there's Brown. He gets it! And that's his 3rd touchdown of the day. 1 through the air, 2 on the ground. Didn't even call for it, but he was wide open. You couldn't resist throwing it to this big man in the end zone. Nice catch. 3 carries for Brown today, wanting to see more than that. But, I mean, I feel like the Tigers are listening to him. They're trying to get him more involved in the run game. They're trying to slow down on the pass game, and there is a man in motion for the Tigers. Brown's going to get to the outside. He's still on his feet. Wow, great footwork. Looking very light on those feet. 6 yards. I mean, if they keep him up with 4 carries to 5 carries per quarter, you're going to see him around that 20-carry mark by the end of the game, and that should keep him happy. Let's see what they do here, and they're going to throw a strike up the center of the field to Stewart. Wow, Auburn is looking great. I mean, last season they had 7 wins. I mean, that's not where you kind of won the end of the season, especially they went 7-6, losing the bowl game. So would love to see them improve this year. They're in a tough conference, and it's going to be a tough sled. But they do have some easy out-of-conference teams to play, and maybe that's where they can rack up some easy wins, impress some recruits. There's Brown finding great vision, an 8-yard carry, 2nd and 2. 2nd down and 2, and it looks like the quarterback's going to keep it. He runs a man off him and gets into the end zone. Wow, the Tigers looking to take a 27-0 lead here in the first quarter. They miss another extra point, 26-0, 1:30 to go in the first. I mean, FCS doesn't even have 10 yards of offense. Let's see what they do here. It looks like they're running the option. Brown in the backfield. Hunter fakes the handoff to Brown. Brown takes the hit. Hunter up the center. He finds nearly 20 yards, a 16-yard carry. Now, there's a lot of rumors last season that Hunter and Brown didn't get along too well. Obviously, we saw Hunter not throw to Brown very often last season. But, I mean, towards the end of the season, they really started to click, started to get along. And, I mean, you could see it this season. They've been working on their chemistry. They're one and the same person right now. 8 for 1,183 yards and 1 touchdown for Hunter today. Man in motion for the Tigers. It's given to Brown. Brown trying to make a man miss. He finds 2 yards down to the 20. 6 carries for Brown in the first quarter. I mean, on par to get 24 carries. Obviously, with this kind of lead, you're going to see more touches. Man in motion for the Tigers again. And it looks like this is going to be a fumble by the quarterback, Hunter, and Brown jumps on it, taking the 9-yard loss on his stats. 3rd down and 18 after that. Botched toss by Hunter, and Brown's open. He wants it. He wants it, and they're going to sack him. That's a 1-yard sack. That was the first time today that FCS was able to stop Auburn's offense. Now, obviously, you want to impress the people ranking teams here in the NCAA, so you want to put up a lot of points against an FCS team. And it looks like they're going to throw almost an interception there on the left side. You have the lead. You should just run the ball right now. That's what I would be thinking about, trying to just work your way down the field. But on the ground, you know, the ground game's been successful today. Let's see what they do here. Tigers handing this one off to Brown up the right side. He's going to work his way up for 8 yards. 84 yards in the first half for Brown already. I think he had 1 rushing game last year over 100. Would love to see him do the same thing this year. Quarterback gets taken down. It's 4th down and 1, 2, 3 and outs in a row here for the Tigers. FCS doesn't score. Brown has 7 carries in this game, looking for his 8th here. 4:19 to go in the first half. Still 26-0. Last 2 drives for the Tigers have stalled. Man in motion. Hunter gets the snap, hands it off to Brown. Brown working his way to the outside. Wow, that footwork still on his feet. All the way to the 33, an 18-yard carry. 8 carries, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns today for James Brown. That footwork and that determination. With carries like that, you got to keep feeding this kid. He's on fire today. And he's going to take it right now, go up the center and find another 11. Under 4 minutes to go here. Brown's going to be running to the outside. They're looking for a short completion, and they get it, a 6-yard pass to Cole. 2nd down and 4. They're going to toss it to the inside, and they're going to find some big yards up the center there. 22 yards to Gaston. Brown has a bit more energy this year. You may have noticed his stamina has been increased severely, but he had to sit out the rest of that drive, feeling a little bit gassed after running for over 100 yards already in this game. There you go, a little play action to Brown, but no one's biting. They go right after Hunter, and he's taken down. Now, they did score last drive. It's 33-0, 2:17 to go in this half. Not a lot of pressure on the Tigers here. I mean, their starters probably won't even be playing in the third quarter. And there's Brown dropping another one. You don't really see that much from him. That was right in his paws. 0 for 2 on third down conversions today for the Tigers. Let's see what they do here on third down and 18. And Brown's going to get this one. That's passed to him, and he's still on his feet. Wow, that was going to be about 8 yards short of the first down. But Brown guesses, didn't even call for it, but Hunter's just on the same page as him. Brown really makes this man miss and then runs through this guy, getting the first down. Patience is key. Hunter had patience in the pocket and found himself a 21-yard completion there to Brown. And left side of things, that is a complete pass, and it's in to FCS territory. 261 yards for Hunter in this game. Let's see what happens here on first down and 10. Oh, that one's deep to the right side. Going for the touchdown, but a little bit too much. Second down and 10. Brown's open over the middle of the field. Wide open. That could have been a touchdown. Third down and 8 after a 2-yard completion to Cole. The Tigers do get a score there. It's 40-0. They took Brown out for the rest of that drive. 15 seconds to go. I think you're just trying to get to the half point here because this is a slaughter fest. Handing it out to Brown. Brown's going to cut up to the inside. I thought he was going to make it happen, and it looks like they're going in the hurry up here. Brown liked something that he saw there. Let's see what they do here. Tigers have a man in motion again. And that's not going to go for much. 2 yards, and that should end this half. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Auburn took a timeout. They're going to try to go for one deep bomb here, most likely. 5 seconds to go. I mean, you're already up 40-0. This really doesn't make much sense. But I guess you're just trying to make the home crowd happy at this point. And that one's a deep one, and no one's going to come down with it, and that's going to end the first half of football. The Auburn Tigers leading 40-0. I'd be surprised to see the starters much longer in this game. Probably over the next half a quarter, you're going to start to see them taken out. 40-0 against this FCS team. Might as well give some other people an opportunity to play. This one's handed off to Brown. No, it's not. Quarterback keeps it and loses one. Second down, 11. Brown's open over the center. Lowers his shoulder. He got the first down. He's still going. And they forced a fumble. They were grabbing the ball, and they ripped it out of Brown's arms. And that's the first turnover for the Tigers today. That was a tough play for Brown. FCS doesn't score on that, but I mean, if you're Brown, you got to learn to go down, especially if defenders have their hands on the football. First down and 10. Tigers got the ball right around the 23-yard line. Man in motion. And play action to Brown, completion over the middle, and that's going to be 9. 11 carries so far for Brown in this game, and I mean, they have had the lead significantly for a while, so you have to be worried if they're playing a better team, how often are they going to be throwing Brown's way? And there we go, first down and 10 after another completion. I mean, I know if he gets 10 to 15 carries per game, he's definitely going to be gone next season. The Tigers just have to decide if it's worth giving him the ball a few extra times a game. Man in motion from the left side for the Tigers. Brown's going to take this one. He breaks one, still pushing forward. And that's 9. You got to keep this kid happy. He's so productive. Second down and 1, 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Brown staying back to block. Hunter bombing this one deep into the end zone, and it's tipped and almost intercepted. Third down and 1 with a back like Brown. You probably just run it here. If I was the Tigers, that's what I'd be doing. Brown offset. Hunter making a man in motion. And here we go. It is a passing play, and that's going to be a first down. Right there, I don't know if that shows a lack of confidence in the running game or just high confidence in your passing game. And Hunter's going to keep that. Brown definitely had the open lane there. I don't know what's going on with the communication between this quarterback and halfback. Brown's got his arms up in the air right now. He's confused. Second down and 10. Brown's open up the center of the field, and he's going to break one. And break a second one. He's inside the red zone. They let Brown sit on the sideline, catch some air. It's 47-0, 1:39 to go in the third. The starters for the Tigers are still in. I don't know if they're just trying to keep them hot or what they're trying to do at this point. Brown breaks 2. Brown breaks 3. Brown still on his feet to the 50 and into FCS territory. Wow, 3 broken tackles there by James Brown. Just such a second and third effort play. Right there's 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful. First down and 10 for the Tigers. And Brown staying back to block. He picks up a decent block. Gives Hunter time to bomb this one deep. And that deep ball hasn't been working for the Tigers today. And that one's incomplete. 13 carries for Brown today. Pretty disappointing probably. He's probably happy that he's got over 120 plus yards. But I mean, the amount of carries, it's relatively low for a player of his caliber. And trying to throw a completion to the right side, and they do. The option has been a big issue for Auburn today. I mean, Hunter doesn't quite know when to hand it off to Brown or when to keep it. And it's cost them a few big plays. Like right there, Brown could have easily had 10 plus yards, but Hunter keeps it and loses 3. 155 yards for James on the ground today. He's back in the game after sitting up for a couple of plays. Man in motion for the Tigers. This one is not handed off to Brown. It's kept by Hunter, and he finds the first down. 17 seconds left in this quarter. Man in motion for Auburn. And they are going to give it to Brown. Brown's going to cut up the center, and he pushes his way into the end zone. Refusing to go down. Another touchdown for the Tigers. What great effort and great vision by Brown here, pushing his way forward. And that's going to be it. They're going to keep the starters out for Auburn. 61-0 right now, and that's how this game is going to end. 61-0. What a game for the Tigers to really get that confidence going and get their players hyped up for this season. They do have a tough season facing off against 5 or more top 25 teams. But oh boy, the running game looked solid for the Tigers, and the passing game looked really good too. You got to be excited for this offense if you're an Auburn fan. Player of the game is James Brown, 14 carries, 164 yards, 3 touchdowns, with 6 receptions too. Here's the stats for the Tigers. Brown, 14 carries, 164 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had, 56 yards after contact, 2 broken tackles, just a great game by him, a bruising game, receiving 6 receptions, 152 yards, and a touchdown. 4 total touchdowns for this sophomore today. Quarterback play pretty good, 22 for 32, 405 yards, 3 touchdowns, 68% completion, sacked twice, no mistakes though, no interceptions or anything. So, you got to be excited for the Tigers this season. Let's look at skill upgrades. We have one we can get for speed. Then we have this one called Gear Shift. Oh my God. Gives insane acceleration, insane speed boost, carrying and agility. We're going to have to get that, but we're going to have to practice to get that other 1,000 points. But next week, we take on Mississippi State. They're ranked in the top 25. That's going to be a really, really interesting game. But today, James Brown had the best game of his career. One of the showstoppers in the NCAA. But if you guys enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications if you're new. And until next time, peace out.